Only a week ago, we had a program where we brought back some of our most memorable guests in celebration of our 700th taping. Now, in the middle of the show, we had on 16-year-old racist Jennifer Christ, her 13-year-old sister, and their father. Now, things got a little tense when Jennifer and her father threatened me. I want you to take a look at what happened. Excuse me, are you threatening me on television? Are you threatening?
How am I threatening you?
I'm asking you.
No, I would never threaten
you. And you're not threatening me either.
I'm making you a promise.
It's a promise? Okay.
The Jews' end is coming, and yours too. You hook-nosed bastard.
Okay, you're off the show.
I'm off the show?
Yeah. After the show, I got to thinking, why are these kids filled with hate? And if I sat down and talked with them for the course of an hour, would it be possible to discover why they have the racial views they do, and where does it all come from? Well, today we're going to find out, because Jennifer, her sister, and her father are all back. Jennifer, why don't you come on out now? This is Jennifer. Jennifer, the reaction that you get is not unexpected. You know that when you appear on the show, you're used to this. And you were telling me in the other times that you have been on that you're okay with this because you think one day, you've been told by your dad that one day there's going to be a race war?
No, I have not been told by my dad. If you pay attention, you listen to the news, you read the newspaper, you know, if you put it all together in your head, you're just, you know, everything that's going down in the cities, it's just, you know, everybody, race against race, it's all happening right in front of us.
Well, why are you, because we have here an audience that literally did not know what the subject of the show was going to be about. In fact, right before the show, they asked me, and I said, well, you'll see. So they don't know what it's about. It's a racially mixed audience, and the people live here in a very racially mixed city. I didn't see anybody before the show talking about how we're going to have a war against each other. Why are they all wrong and you're right? I mean, that's what
No, this is what I believe. I'm not forcing my views on anybody. I mean, it's okay if, you know, blacks are pro-black, you know, Mexicans are pro-Mexican, but as soon as I am pro-white, I'm wrong.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being pro-anything. It's when you say disparaging things about Jews, blacks, Mexicans, whatever it is, that's what we get upset about.
Have I ever put down the blacks? No, I've never put down the blacks. I do put down the Jews. I don't like them.
Okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
No, I want to say one thing. You people in the audience can sit here, okay, and say you don't like people that believe the way I believe. I don't sit here and say I don't like a Muslim up there because the way he believes. You know, everybody has a right to what they want to believe.
And why do you hate Jews? What is the difference? What is the difference?
What is the difference?
Yes.
They're a race of people, okay? They're descendants of the devil.
Oh, you're full of Get her.
No, I'm not full of these are my beliefs.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sitting here listening. I mean, you're sick. I mean, you're ignorant. Everybody's the same way. Everybody's the same way. You should look at it as the same thing. I don't want to hear
me sitting here, I'm going to expect you to say that.
Yeah.
I'm going to expect any one of you to say that. Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah. The Bible, there is nothing. I know you don't want to trust me because I'm Jewish, but some Christian person will tell you.
Trust me is a Jewish curse word.
Okay. So some Christian person will tell you that no, it's okay. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. She was raised like this, and that's what we have to understand.
No, that's where everybody gets mistaken.
People aren't born like.
If I were raised like this, I would have spent 6 years of my life in a Catholic school.
Yes.
And never once opened a Bible.
When you were born, you weren't filled with hate.
I'm not filled with hate.
Well, you are. You just said
you hate
Jews. Oh, yes, I didn't say everyone loves something. But most of us go through life not hating other races, other religions, other cultures. Why do you want to hate? Why not live this one chance you have on earth, just trying to be as kind and as
Because this is the
nice?
way God tells it in the Bible. This is my interpretation of how God tells it in the Bible.
Yeah. And you're the only one that reads it like that. You and your
No,
dad?
not at all.
Apparently.
No, the numbers are rising every day.
Oh gosh, no. Well, coming up next.
Nervous, huh?
It's sad that we're seeing, what with Jennifer here, who's 16, but Jennifer has a 13-year-old sister, Amy. And let's bring out now Amy and her dad. August that's okay. Amy and August. Here's
Satan? She just called you Satan,
Okay.
Dad.
All right. You and I, let's face it, you and I just aren't going to agree, and I understand that, and we're not going to agree in this hour. What brings about anger, I guess, or at least, disgust from the audience or people who watch and the viewer mail we get, is not what your beliefs are. They are what they are, and this is a free country. You can believe what you want. You're infusing your children. I mean, we just saw a tape of a girl that says God is hate.
You bring
Now,
your children up in
teach-
Judaism. My children are Christian identity. And that's that.
And you teach, and God is hate. Is that what you're saying?
No,
That's
God
abusing
tells
your
us
children. You are
to
abusing your
hate the
children.
evil and love the good. I hate the evil.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's upset because I didn't invite him to my bar mitzvah. Okay. So what? That's really good. It's okay. That's not the point. All right. That's not the point. The point is
Just invite me to your hanging and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, give it a rest. These are children. And they're, whatever your religion is here in the United States of America, we Americans do not raise children to hate. And that's what you're doing. That's
Well,
as
that's because
bad
you're
as
an
physical
American.
abuse.
You see, you got Americans, you got Puerto Ricans, you got Mexicans. I'm an Israelite, and I teach my children the ways of the Bible, the Holy Bible. That's it.
And the price of your teaching to that kid is that she doesn't realize it now, she's only 16.
That's a child.
And
you have
children.
kids. I have
Okay.
children.
Okay. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, leave it alone. That's fine. That's okay. I'm not going to get involved in that. But what's happening with your children, and they're too young to understand, so there's no point getting in an argument with that.
I'm 16.
But, right,
They
but a very
understand.
young
Believe
16.
me, they understand.
And they have been already abused. She is going through life with the entire
They're not
society
abused. My
thinking
children are
that she's
very
a
well
hateful
taken care of.
person. She's not taken
They're
care of.
very
You have
well taken
abused
care-
her mind, sir.
I'm
You
not
have
going to.
ruined
I
that
won't
child.
indoctrinate my children. I refuse. Listen. Give me a chance. I refuse to indoctrinate my children into your multicultural cesspool.
You can have any religion you want. That's not the issue.
That's right.
The issue is you don't teach a child to hate because she's
I
bearing
teach my
the
children
brunt
to
of
hate
all
the
of that.
evil and love
she
the
will
good.
grow up in this world, sir.
Hate
she
the
will grow
evil.
up in this world,
You're
sir,
a
with
race of
everybody
vipers.
here hanging out.
You're a
and
race of
that's
Didn't you lose all your family in the Holocaust? That Holocaust myth that you're teaching all these children, innocent children in the cesspools you call universities, indoctrination centers? The Holocaust myth?
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. I know you're trying to get my goat, but let's.
Get your goat.
Yeah. Let me
your
answer what
goat.
you said. You asked me a question.
I got your mom in the trunk of my car. Piece of
You got
luggage.
what?
Your relatives.
You got what?
Your relatives. What they all turned into soap and lampshades? I'm looking for one of them lampshades. I couldn't find one yet.
You know.
When will you white
okay.
people wake up and see that
hold on.
there's a Holocaust myth?
Okay.
$3 billion
Okay.
a year
All right.
to a
Yeah,
state
okay,
of
okay.
Israel,
All right.
which
See,
is
this
a
is the point.
cesspool of
You're telling
vipers.
us to
I don't
shut
wanna-
up.
okay.
Why don't you shut up? Why
Be
can't we
quiet.
ever bring our point across?
May I have the floor? Okay.
It's a free world.
The one response, I mean, I have several responses. The one is, I'm not going to do it,
Hey,
but I like to beat the
you
crap
say
out of you.
6 million.
Okay.
I said 6 million more.
Okay. All right. Okay, but that's it.
6 million more.
Yeah. I might. Okay. Secondly,
Oh, he might.
but the second thing,
He might be up, Dad.
and the second thing, we're not going to get into this discussion.
If anybody
'cause
out there knows where I can get a nice
Okay.
lampshade, I want
Yeah.
one.
Okay. These insults don't change reality.
No, it
I
doesn't
know you
change.
want it. It doesn't
Hey,
change reality.
Change. It doesn't
Yeah.
change,
Let me
change
tell
the
you
fact
something.
that God
the 6 million
put the
people,
enmity between
Yeah.
your race
Yes.
and my race.
Right. Yes.
And I hate
But
you.
you see, that's the difference. I don't hate you. I feel sorry
Oh,
for
yeah.
you. I
Well,
only
I
hate.
hate you.
I only hate. Yeah. I only hate what you have done to your children. I hate
back
that you.
away from me.
I hate what you have done to your children.
Oh,
that's
that's
the
too
only thing I
bad.
hate.
That's
yes,
too bad.
because they're ruined. They're ruined because
They're
of what
not
you did.
ruined. They're
Yes,
doing
you are.
fine.
Yeah, you are.
The only thing we
mean?
got to worry
I'm not
about is
being
God
wrong, like a normal
Almighty.
person.
Okay.
That's it.
Here's the deal.
That's it.
I don't
I
wanna
don't
get into
care
that
what
now.
you say.
We're
Okay.
ruined.
What you say is to get me angry and all that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay, right.
You're right, because
Are
we
you
know,
going to
we
let me
both
finish?
know
Are you
that it's
going to
a
let me
myth.
finish? Okay.
Sure, I'll let you finish.
All right. The reality of the show is not about whether we know that the 6 million people died. Trust me,
No,
they're
we
not.
don't know
They're
that.
not. They're not hiding.
I know
You
about 30
shut
million.
your face right now.
Come on.
Okay, welcome back. Let me first apologize, because no matter how bad it gets, I shouldn't lose my cool, and I did. And I didn't think he'd get under my skin. He did, and I'm sorry about that. But now let's continue with the show. They have agreed to come back on, and we'll try and get some more peaceful discussion going. I now want you to meet spokesman for the Congress of Racial Equality, Niger Innis. Now, Niger, you've been on this show many times before, and I'm glad you're here today. But I want to bring, in fact, before I ask you the question, I want to bring them back out because I'd like to get your view about the kind of hatred that even in this talk show, and I was so convinced that I would keep my cool through all of this,
Not easy.
and I could. And I figure if I can't, and I'm paid to keep my cool, then we're really dealing with an intense kind of hatred here. Let's bring them back now. And here's August with his 2 kids, Amy and Jennifer, if you'll send them back out. Okay. As I said, I'm sorry I lost my cool, and I'm sorry. Okay. Now, Niger, this. How do we get past this? How do we get past this? Because we can talk all we want, and we're never going to have a meeting of the minds here. And yet we can't share this country, share this planet, share God's creation, just going around hating each other. And this is what happens. What do you think?
Well, this is not an isolated incident here. I mean, and it's not isolated to the white race either. I mean, you have pockets in the barrios and the ghettos around this country of a lot of angry young blacks and Latinos who are angry without a cause. So, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but before I do that, I'd just like to address this man here, and I'm not going to call you a reverend because you're an embarrassment to the cloak that
not
you're
a
wearing.
reverend.
You're a disgrace. You're an absolute disgrace to Christianity. All right?
You're no different than your father, except you're better spoken.
There are thousands
And you're
of
nothing but a
Christians,
communist.
black and white.
You're a black
I'm a
communist. You're a communist.
You got to be
Okay.
kidding. I'm a
You're a
patriot.
communist.
Let's do
You
this.
are a fake phony fraud, and
You're
you're an
a communist.
embarrassment to the cloak.
Okay.
You're a communist.
I'm a communist. That's great.
You're a communist.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
I'm going to let you say, I promise, I'm really going to let you talk, but we have to one at a time or we can't hear. Okay, one at a time, and I'll let you talk. Go ahead.
This world, I mean, you live in a fantasy world. You live in the dark ages. But take a look at this audience. This audience represents the United States of America. Jerry Springer's staff represents the United States of America. All right?
And I'll live
Let me
my
tell you
separate
something.
life
Let me tell you
from
something.
what you call
Let me tell you something. You say your daughter
cesspool.
says you want to go to college, and I hope you make it. I hope you get a chance to go to college because right now you are an intellectual and psychological slave of your father, and I don't blame you. All right? I don't blame you.
We don't
blame you.
We don't care what you have to say.
A lot of folk are
because you're
very
a communist.
angry. A lot of folk are very angry at the little girls. They are nothing but little girls. I hope they get a chance to go to college. Go to a university setting and learn the truth, because you are nothing more than a
I won't
pimp.
give them a chance.
You are nothing more than a pimp, and you're prostituting your daughters. You're prostituting your daughters to sell your clothes. Oh, I'll move a little bit closer if you want. I'll move a little bit closer. I don't mind being close to you. All right, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of what you preach. All right?
I'm not afraid of him.
All right, let me tell you something.
I'm not afraid of anybody.
You are a danger.
I have one person, one God to answer to. That's it.
I have a secret. I have a secret. You're a Christian, right?
Let me tell you something. I have respect for the black race.
You're a Christian.
I have no respect for you.
You're a Christian.
I'm Christian identity.
You call yourself a Christian identity. Guess
I'm
what?
Christian identity.
Guess what?
Remember
I have a little
that.
secret to tell you.
Remember that.
Christ was a Jew.
Yeah, Christ was a Jew.
Was a Jew.
Stop calling my God.
Christ was a Jew. You're not a
Stop
Christian.
calling my God name.
Christ is a Jew.
Okay,
You're
hold
not
on. My God.
Jew.
Okay,
No, I'm not
both of you, hold on.
filthy Jew. The only thing filthy on
Wait a
this stage
second.
is you and what you're doing to
All
your
right.
daughter.
Take
No
a
more.
look at the mirror.
Stop.
How
Niger.
you live with yourself.
Stop. Shh. Everyone, stop.
Lying
Stop.
to your own
Okay.
people.
Where's their mother, and what do they think about all this?
We don't want to bring her up.
Why not?
No,
The mother's not involved.
Mother is against it. I saw the last show. The mother is against it. To answer your question,
mother's married to a Yehudi.
The mother is very much against it.
Please, if my mother felt the same way, I'd be living with her.
Wait, I can't hear. You asked.
I don't-
Hold it. In fairness, you asked the question of you girls can answer. Where is your mother?
I don't want to bring her into this. Obviously, she does not believe the way I believe. That's her choice. I still love her.
Is she? You're saying that her mother is married to a Jew?
Correct.
Okay, we are back. Nigel, you wanted to ask the kids
Yeah,
some
I just
questions.
wanted to say that these two children are victims of child abuse, and I noticed
You
during the
stop that
break.
stuff,
I
child
noticed
abuse.
during the break that the little
That's why I walked outside.
girls keep looking to their dad. What do I say to this, Dad? What do I say to that? That's because they're intellectually enslaved, and I just want to. I want to ask you. I want to ask you.
13-year-olds like Jerry didn't make no
I'd
headway
like to
with a
ask
9-year-old
the
the
young
first time we
ladies.
were on.
I'd like to ask the young ladies, when you go to college, all right? When you go to a university setting,
If I go to college.
I think when. I think you're intelligent enough. I think you're preaching warped things, but I think you're intelligent enough to make it to
that's your
college.
opinion.
all right?
That is
Let
your
me say this.
opinion.
We
Let me say
believe
this.
you preach warped things.
What happens when you go to college and you have a Jewish professor or you have a black roommate? I mean, what are you going to do? What? You can't look at Daddy then. You'll be at college. You can't look at Daddy then.
happened.
You'll be at college. You'll be there.
He's there to teach me what I have to know to get my paper, and that's all that's all I need to do.
I didn't hear you say that again. I'm sorry.
That he's there, okay? I am not going to look at him and love him, obviously, okay? But he is there to teach me what I have to know to get a piece of paper.
But
That's
if Jews are somehow are warped and blacks are somehow beasts of the field, which you all believe, how are you going to take what he teaches as truth and get that little piece of paper? There's something a little bit hypocritical about that, don't you think? Think it through.
Okay.
And that's what you're going to do
And
at a
Amy should be
university
told.
setting.
And in fairness, Amy should be told, because when you said,
if the university is going to be filled with people like this, I'm not going.
Well, guess what? This is the university.
yeah. Well, you don't go.
I have two comments. First of all, I'm as white as can be a Christian, and you guys are an embarrassment. You seriously
You're an
embarrass me.
embarrassment to us.
If you take away all the propaganda and just look at this from a rational standpoint, you really haven't said anything that leads me to believe what you're saying. You don't have any line of reasoning, and that tells me that your beliefs come from somewhere beyond you, like perhaps your parents gave them to you.
No.
And you're showing your lack of intelligence and powers of
I'm very
deduction by
intelligent.
You know what?
not
I like to
examining that
talk-
and realizing it's wrong.
I like to say something to the young man. I think that this guy is nothing more than a fake, phony fraud hustler. I don't think he believes.
You're nothing but a communist.
He believes what he's preaching.
Yeah.
I believe he is prostituting his daughters. He's prostituting his daughters, and he's nothing more than a spiritual pimp, if you will. And I feel
You're nothing but a black piece of
I feel sorry for his daughters.
It's people like you that tear this world apart.
No. We're trying to
You're tearing
rebuild
this
the
world
world
apart.
that was torn apart by
Look at
the
all these
Jew.
people, they're all pissed at you.
I could care less. Only a remnant will be saved. I could care less.
Yeah.
If I reach a few, and he knows it.
A few warped minds.
A few.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Them few will reach another few.
We are not, okay, no one is being upset with you because you're trying to reach a few. What we're upset with is that apparently you've reached your own 2 children. That's what we're upset about.
He does not brainwash me.
Are you upset?
No, he does not brainwash me. He did not teach me anything, okay?
Yeah, well,
when
apparently
I was old
not.
enough to comprehend.
I'm talking
When I
to the
was old enough
father.
to comprehend,
Is the father
I came to my own decision.
mad because his wife left him for you?
Jerry, I'll answer that. What my wife did has no bearing on my beliefs. All right, let me tell you something. Stop. What my ex-wife did,
Yeah.
all right, was done out of ignorance.
Oh.
She does not understand and never did the identity message.
I think
all right?
his wife left him
She
because
does,
of
she
the
did not
ignorance that he
understand,
preaches.
has no bearing. My children love their mother,
I said, I
and I
think your
will
mother
never
left
tell
him
them
because
to
of the
not
ignorance.
love
Yeah,
their mother.
okay, all right.
What she did with her life now it makes no difference
Yeah.
and no bearing on our lives.
Jerry,
apparently.
I predict, and maybe I'm being optimistic, but I predict that his daughters are intelligent enough to walk away from him the same way that his wife did.
You know, hating these children is the wrong approach. It's not their fault. They are sick, poisoned in a sense by the real culprits who are the parents. After all, babies are not born to hate. Jennifer and Amy were probably precious at birth, little girls with a world of promise and possibilities ahead of them. But they were soon denied that, instead fed the venom of hatred for those who don't share their skin color or religion. Let's face it, it's nothing short of abuse, perhaps worse than physical or sexual abuse, because this lasts a lifetime, and they will never know what life could have been. Maybe one day they'll see the light, though with the daily assault from dad that they've already been subjected to, that's not very likely. My guess is that the father was probably abused as a child with this hate stuff as well. And as is so often the case, this cycle of abuse is generational and not easily broken. My hope is that sometime in these kids' lives, somebody breaks through and saves them. In the meantime, and until that happens, if ever, we all can only hope that they don't have children. Till next time, take care of yourself.